Hello and welcome back, everybody out there in Twitch and D&D land. I hope you all are having a good day. If you are watching this video on the YouTube channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those interactions help us out so very, very much. Be sure to watch the whole video, or at least a big chunk of it, to get a better idea of what's going on with all of this jazz. And, of course, if you are enjoying Reggie's Chosen or any other D&D Story of EXANDRIA that we are running here, consider checking us live, joining our Patreon. That helps us to make more games and content like this. We have many open slots available, including for this game. So if you are interested in playing more D&D, as it is a new year, please come on by, hang out with us. Just join the Patreon at one of the tiers that gets in the server. Join the waitlist if you're really that interested, and I'll get you an interview as quickly as possible to see if you can be suitable for our community and our games. Fire! Thank you for the gifted subs. Appreciate it, boo boo. First subs of the year. Yeah, all of them are the first subs of the year. Thank you, thank you. So, players, as you stare down at this individual with a sly, far-stretching smile, lying on the ground, dead, Corvus, you hear the heavy footsteps of guards, as well as Fordrum running up behind you.
I know which ones are heavier, but...
If there's a mug of ale, I carry that in my other hand. Since I got to pass through the kitchen.
Who's gonna do the talking here?
Standing over the body, Corvus just drops his sword and just collapses onto his knees for a minute.
I'm gonna let Corvus take a rest. I think I'll go talk to them back there.
All right, good luck. Here you go. And I slap him on the back and cast enhance ability with the charisma one.
All right.
Hell yeah!
Fuck yeah.
The guards
That's charisma.
are beginning to swarm around you, Corvus. And now the rest of your companions as well, since they are with you, except Fordrum, who's like looking like he's tending to the body, because nobody recognized Fordrum was with you most of the night. Apparently, guards are very stupid in this town. And they are pulling off manacles and trying to clasp them. Are any of you resisting?
You should talk to the captain first.
They seem to be ignoring you.
Matthias will explain everything.
Roll
Before you do this, just know that Matthias will explain that the noble, it wasn't as guilty as you all are thinking.
Roll me a persuasion roll. However, the other three, are you resisting at all?
No.
No, I'll let him do it.
One of them walks over towards you, Fordrum, and goes, "We are still looking for the body of Matthias. As soon as we have it, we will hopefully have a conversation."
Oh, he's fine. He's in the auditorium. He got knocked out by the big Goliath guy who had this hammer, and then I took down the Goliaths because he was beating. He started to beat on us and everybody.
He whistles, and a couple of the guards.
You want me to take you guys?
A couple of the guards are walking back over there, and he looks at you and goes, "Yes, if you can accompany them. Thank you very much for this assistance, sir." The rest of you, you're having your weapons taken from you.
I just stare at the rest of them for a second and shake my head like, I don't know.
I just shake my head.
Hey, at least not all of you are going to jail. But
He'll like kick towards the body on the ground. Bring that with you.
So they are escorting the three of you over towards the front of the building. By
Are
the
they doing
time
anything with the body, or are they just leaving it there?
Well, they're more focused on the murderer that they have than they are the dead body. So
You would resist then if they're not taking it.
Okay.
Try to stay to like bring this person with you. This is the actual culprit.
We have
This
other
is the-
people that will handle the situation. Right now,
No,
they look
we
a
need
little
them
dead.
with us. We cannot leave they can't leave our sights.
Just listen to him. He's being.
There's a
we're going
reason that we were
peacefully.
chasing them out of here so intently.
Yes, to murder more people.
No, the person on the ground. Not Corvus.
The one guard breaks off over towards the body and begins checking it. They are dead. They'll still be here.
Unless they have accomplices that can take their body away.
Roll a persuasion roll
We're
on that
operating
one.
with you, so can't you at least do this for him?
That got me in my enhanced ability. Yeah. Hey, Lamau!
The individual who's been talking this time, kind of like a posh-looking individual, looks at one of the guards and, you stay with the body just in case what they say is true. But do not
Thank
think
you.
that your compliance is something noteworthy.
I don't care. I just make as long as that person is watched over and at least
So,
not lost sight of.
the three of you are only being escorted by 9 guards now, not all 10.
Cool.
One of them is staying behind to watch the body.
Think we can take him now?
It's definitely even the odds.
That's 3-3-3, boy. Let's go. You don't even have to watch all sides. Just. But anyways, as the three of you are marching off, being carried by these individuals, the clasps they put on you are very firm, very strong. And once you get closer towards the front area, you do see over on the stairs, there is a group of individuals who are currently carrying Matthias's body out, accompanied by one guard. Fordrum, you recognize the guard who is kind of talking to them. Goes, yeah, the dwarf just said like they were you know, going after the right person. He's stable. He just I think he has brain damage or something. He got bonked on the head like 6 times today. He's, you know,
He's got trampled.
Yeah.
He's not doing too hot.
Hey, you have anything for that?
As you're being carried away, the guard looks over and goes, "Oh yes, the dwarf person," and points out, and immediately two of the medics start like standing like defensively over the guardsman and Captain Matthias in your direction, Fordrum. Oh, no, you misunderstand.
When you
he
wake
was
Matthias, he will explain.
yes, we're trying to, but he seems to have a really bad bonk on the head.
May I try?
The medics.
I'm a priest.
Win. They see your holy symbol. So belt buckle, right? Belt buckler.
No.
Yep.
Nicholas.
He's got a Gucci belt. That's good.
They look at you, and one of them walks over to you and like takes your wrist, and they're like holding your wrist, allowing you to move forward towards the body.
Sure.
But they have like a very tight grip. It's almost like
Yeah.
something to stop your fingers from doing anything they're not expecting.
I understand.
Yeah.
And I say to him, lad, I'm gonna need to be casting a spell
That
to
is
heal.
fine.
I'll need to put my hand on him too.
They move your hand over onto the body. But
Thank
they're
you.
still holding your wrist. Like, they're watching your fingers. They seem to be familiar with magics like this, but they're...
I make a bigger show of the prayer part.
So, you cast Cure Wounds?
Yeah. But the last and only that I've got left for my day.
Rough day, rough day.
Huh,
Nice.
rough cast.
You cast it on him, and you move your hand away, and a couple of minutes later, or moments later, Scheiße. Oh,
I'm just smiling at his face, and I go, "How you doing, lad?"
I need a drink. Oh.
And I hand over the mug that's in my other hand.
Yep. Yep.
And if you need something stronger, I got that. And
Oh, it's
the
so...
back at the house. I didn't dress for.
It's so on brand.
Immediately, one of the individuals moves closer and goes, Captain Matthias, we have word from eyewitnesses saying that you attacked the guardman who was trying to stop the murderer at this event. Is this true? Technically, no. They were trying to stop the wrong person who murdered someone.
Smooth.
Captain
more of
Matthias,
that.
you are going to have to come with us immediately. Yep.
Out of
Yes.
character, it was more manslaughter.
Sure. That'll help you out. That'll help you out. They stand up and the one medic goes to his side and he like pushes the medic and like gestures for you, Fordrum.
Yeah, I helped him.
This man can help me. And he like leans against you and whispers,
Yeah.
I do not know who we trust.
And I hold up my the hammer from the guy and give it a little twirl and wink at him.
So you're going to be helping him limp out. The other three are ahead of you guys by a couple of 100 feet at best. But right now, you, the captain, and your trio are all captured by the local Silezos.
It's prison time again, boys.
Well, They
Classic.
do bring you over to the prison. However, they don't put you into cells. They place you into chairs over at the back wall. Captain Matthias almost habitually heads over to the front chair, but you hear someone behind him goes, no. Yeah. And instead just collapses into a couch. All of you guys feel a little rough, but looking at him, this man probably should have died 2 or 3 times tonight.
Yeah, he's had
Corvus makes a mental note to donate heavily to him the
What's
next
Saturday?
chance he gets.
Hey, Corvus, what's his name? Just
Nice.
What's
now,
his mother's
now
name?
you know. What's his family name?
It's been an hour since I remembered. Okay.
After hearing someone else.
Yes.
He lies down on the couch, and as soon as his head like touches the arm, you see like he's trying to lull to sleep, and one of the medics come over and goes, no, sir, you cannot sleep. You are very possibly very concussed. Yeah. Oh,
This
I
man's
don't
Tylenol.
like this. Can I have more of the alcohol? No, he pushes. No, that is very bad for hangover.
I have something that works for this,
You are staying right there.
but I'm a healer.
You stay right there.
I also have some healing that could help him.
Matthias raises his hands. Please don't. They will treat you much worse if you annoy them. I am fine.
That's what I'm good at.
I am fine.
I look at him and I go, so I shouldn't start singing.
Please no, please.
His
no.
right eye is still very, very lazy. It's not
Yeah.
like it's looking straight down.
Forge
Can
is
I just
Jasper is smirking.
the one individual. So, I am Lieutenant Gastov.
Mm.
I am currently in charge of the Silezos tonight. Given the fact that our captain, Matthias, seems to have been corrupted by all of you.
Why is the Celezo in charge in the empire within the empire?
Because I keep saying the wrong damn name. Yeah, what are they here? The Crown's Guard?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the Crown's Guard. I am in charge of the Crown's Guard. Because Silezo sounds,
It does. It's a
Sounds
bit
much better.
sexier. We'll give you that.
Much better.
yeah, I prefer the Silezos. They're pretty cool.
Mhm.
So, the Crown's Guardman looks over at you. I am going to ask you all to give me the best rendition of what the fuck happened tonight as you possibly can. One at a time. and we are going to do this separately. In the meantime, none of you may converse with one another.
Fair
You
enough.
may, aside from Matthias, go into a cell and rest your head for but a moment until your turn is next. Because of, he looks at you, Corvos, the nature of this interrogation and incident, you are free to move about the station. But any attempt to leave, and we will be forced to use executive force. Yes.
Does your station have a bar?
No.
So on brand.
So he goes
Sort
over
of
and
settles back into his chair next to Matthias, and
he goes over and unlocks 5 of the cells in total, and doesn't close them, doesn't lock them. Just if you want to rest on a bed mat, because Trust World actually has some pretty decent jails. It's nowhere near as bad as like Allfield.
It's gonna take some like an hour, multiple.
Yeah.
He's interrogating
Corvus-
everybody one at a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoever's just going to likely take that offer up.
Go ahead. Matthias looks at the bed and like you see a longing look in his eyes, but he can't. He's well. It's God
Yeah.
damn it! I was supposed to just guard a goddamn show.
Yeah. Yeah, Jasper will
Alright.
go and lay down. As he walks by, he just looks at Matthias and gives him like the "I'm sorry, man, I can't help you"
So,
look.
Corvos, as soon as you lay down, he clears his throat. Mr. Astroloth, please join me downstairs.
That is how this day's been going.
Everyone else, you're left up here with but 2 of the Crown's Guard.
I stay next to Matthias, and at one point when the Crown's guards are not that close, I'll just sort of whisper to him, "Can we trust this interrogator?"
So the 2 Crown's Guards are waiting inside of this room at attention, looking directly at you all.
Fine.
They are, yeah. These are Gestapo. Do you just
Then it
ask?
doesn't matter. Then I'm just gonna whisper it to. I don't really care if they hear. I'll just say, "Can we trust this interrogator, or is he?"
Clack their heels together. Silence!
I thought we could roam the property.
You may walk but not discuss these events with one another.
We're not.
No.
I'm asking him about a person who's here.
He
Can
looks.
we trust the interrogator?
He looks up. Michel, just relax. The lieutenant is new here, but he is good as any other of the Crown Guards.
Okay. And Michelle, please.
Michon.
Oh no.
I just look at him sideways like, mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's how it's pronounced.
So anyways.
How to change the pronunciation too.
Corvos, you are escorted into a different building than this one. Large stone structure, only about 15 feet tall in total, no windows, no barrings, only a single steel door that has a latch on the outside of it. It is one of those very heavy mechanical latches that are fortified with additional stone as it can move up and down inside of that little groove. It is opened up by one of the guards, and he escorts you inside. This room looks very similar to the one that not you, but others of your allies were interrogated at back in the Wuyan Gates once upon a time ago.
Oh yeah, I never got that chance.
Yeah. You missed out. He brings you inside, gestures towards a seat, and you see there's a desk in here. Nothing on it at all. There is a metal hoop as well, and shackles that are twisted and conjoined inside of that hoop at the desk. He looks at the shackles and moves them to the opposite side and sits on the same side, but on the desk, being but maybe 4 feet away from you in total, or probably even closer, probably like 2 feet away. As he sits against the desk and you sink into the chair, going, "You know, this ain't bad. Yeah, that's not a bad seat." So, Mr. Astroloth, is it?
Yes.
I would like you to tell me precisely what the fuck happened tonight.
Well, earlier this evening, well before the play, I received a package. A very curious package. Inside it was empty, except for a very small note with a word scrawled upon it. Symphony. Having no idea from whence this note came, I soon deduced that, oh, the opera's in town. Might as well. Sounds like a fun night, right? It was not a fun night. We arrived in a timely manner. Let me see. It's been a little while. As we arrived, so did a few other noteworthy guests. I'll have my notes. Geode, Dawson, Beth Wolfbeam, Chimwa, and Bates Delraft. Names that we will be getting back to it.
You're a little quiet. Can you focus on towards the mic a little bit?
Sure. Is this better?
Yeah.
Alright. So, for the first hour and a half, we were just settling in. Everything was fine until one of my friends snuck off with a female guest. At which point, I simply had to just shake my head and let it happen. However, when he came back, he came with some troubling news. A tale of a serial killer, supposedly, or by appearances, following this very orchestra, and sending out calling cards, very much like the one I had received earlier this evening. Which, that is still at my home, if you need to see that. Where was I? Yes. Once that information had been disseminated properly amongst our little group, we decided there wasn't much that we could do, so we just took to our seats. Fairly soon, however, we noticed that something felt off with the night. One of my friends even noticed that the timing of the music was strange. But the real trouble started when the first intermission came along and Mr. Delraft was found dead. This is a matter of record with the guards, I believe. Anyway, me and my friends decided that the serial killer was in fact here. At this point, we took it upon ourselves to try to alert the guards, including the good captain, Matthias. Once you get his account of events, he will tell you very much the same. by the time we returned to our booth for the night, we discovered the second victim. What's that? Miss Wolfgleam. At this point, we brought the guard captain in because clearly things were progressing much faster than any of us could have anticipated. We rushed on over to the other guests who I have named earlier. Miss Chimwa was in death's throes as she managed to help us finally get a good look at this killer. The man you saw dead outside of the playhouse. At this point, we decided to head over to Mr. Jorson's booth to try to protect him for the night. However, once we got there, he seemed perfectly fine. However, it was at this point that we noticed amongst the orchestra, the musicians, there was an extra seat filled by what appeared to be my friend, Jordan.
This Jordan, he is your groundskeeper, correct?
Yes.
Also, the date of Miss Wolfgleam?
Yes.
An individual who has been seen advertising potential courtships with your family on several occasions.
That I cannot attest to. If you say it's the case, then perhaps it is.
Well, I do not say this is the case. The publication of news says this is the case.
As you may well know, I have been out of town.
Oh, I am fully aware that you have been gone for roughly 1 year. There has been one sighting of you in Zadesh. Just so happens to be 1 week prior to the events of similar nature that happened out there.
That I cannot claim any involvement with that as well.
You understand why it is so difficult to believe you. You have been gone for just over 1 year. These events have been going on for just over 1 year. A week after these events transpire at the Zadesh location, you are seen in town, and you disappear very quickly without so much as a trace. In fact, there is no trace as to where you went, and even how you got to Zadesh in the first place. Are you able to enlighten me about your travels in the past year or so?
Oh, yes, well, it started in Oldfield, as I remember. We were helping to deal with some beast that had been bothering the miners of the town, or near the town, I should say. We took a contract on to help to deal with them, and then shortly after, we found ourselves traveling with a small dwarf by the name of Babe. I had it.
Okay, I was just helping you out in case you didn't, damn.
He asked us to help get him to Zadash, and so we did. while there, he had asked us to look in on a friend of his, and we obliged, of course.
And who is this babe? Do they have a surname?
Not that I know.
And do you have a home address for this individual with no surname?
I cannot say that I do. I know that he did often deal with an inn directly outside of Zadash, the town gate, but beyond that,
And which inn would this be?
I can't say. I believe it was the Freaky Step Inn.
Yep. So, you claim to have helped out in all fields, though the individuals who manage that are noted and revered as respected workers for Jena Irasor. No offense, but I would have taken special note and care to notice if somebody of the Astaroth family was in association with those events. You claim to have gone to Zadesh with some person with no surname, no home of address, no way of getting in contacting with them, and claim that you were there to help them with a friend. Who is this friend of theirs? Let me
This
guess.
gentleman was he was very kind and quite gracious with his hospitality, though it pains me to say that I cannot remember his name.
Roll a deception check.
Fair enough. As that was quite well through my teeth.
Yep. Let me roll their insight check. So. You have to understand my precautions here, as this spree of murders have struck in countless lives in the Empire and has removed a total of 16 people from it. Well, 17 right now.
I will say, continuing on the account of my adventures,
He nods and
we soon left Zadash and made our way back south. And eventually we came to the Menagerie Coast. Oh, first, there was a brief stop in Oldfield, where it had turned out we hadn't exactly gotten the job entirely done dealing with those creatures in the mines. So, after another round of that, this time being a bit more thorough, with the help of a Volstrucker agent, I believe.
he kind of straightens himself when you say that. This Volstrucker, what is their name?
Reginald.
And I suppose you do not have their surname either.
Let me see. I do not.
Did he never tell you his surname?
He never did. To be fair,
And he was a Volstrucker. I don't think he trusted us that much.
to be fair, as I soon came to learn, even for a Volstrucker, he was a bit of an odd duck. His surname never came up. But Reggie and my friends, he saw some talent in us and decided to contract us under his command.
Can you... Very typically, Volstruckers have ways of contacting individuals who they work with closely, and vice versa. Are you able to get into contact with him, or give me the last known location of him so that I can check the credibility of this story?
The last I saw of him, he was in Port Zoom, which is where we had made our way together to help deal with a Lord. I have it in here somewhere. Give me a sec.
Hado.
Hado.
It's not Lord, it's
Crossado.
Crossado is
Cressado.
his name, but the title of those people is elusive to me right now.
Yeah, where is it? I have it in here.
They're not lords, they're something.
Oh, the Marquis?
Yeah, the Marquis Hado.
Yeah.
The Marquis.
Yes, Marquis Hado.
That is quite a way away.
Indeed it is.
Right now, while the gates are on lockdown. So, for the
They
time...
weren't on lockdown at the time of crossing into the Madrid coast.
Of course. For the time being, Corvus. Oh, sorry, Mr. Astaroth. He would not call you Corvus.
Yes.
I am going to choose to believe this part of your story, so long as the others that I interrogate can be as forthright as you have been with me.
Very well.
However, until I have proof, you are not allowed to leave Trostenwald. You may be on your own estate, and if you need to traverse across the area, you will be escorted. Again, if the stories line up with yours.
I will make a note. Regina, my elderly companion, she is of a much more recent acquaintance, and as such has never met Reggie. Or Reginald, I should say.
Snitch! Thank you for your honesty.
Simply trying to make sure the truth out itself.
Well, we are lucky enough to have found an individual who was seeking sanctuary from the menagerie's catastrophe here not very long ago, who is going to be performing an autopsy on the body.
Corvus has a sinking suspicion that one of his friends might know exactly who this
Is that who I think it is? Is that my boy Amagon?
He stands up, goes over towards the door, and you hear the large latch opening and drawing the door open.
I hope it's Amagon.
He escorts. Or he gestures towards you, Corvus. Please. After you.
Very well, and I oblige.
So the three of you are sitting there. Luckily not that hungry because I think two of you pigged the fuck out. And luckily not that thirsty because Fordrum did walk out double fisting. You all watch as Corvus is brought back in with the same lieutenant who now looks across all of you. Looks at you, Regina. Please, would you accompany me?
At this point, Corvus is just going to walk right back into that cell he was about to lie down in.
Face first, I
Oh,
assume.
sure.
I closed the door behind me, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's still an open bar cell, but whatever. Yeah. That's...
Well, I still.
yeah, I
It's
got
basically
you.
the universal sign. Don't bug me.
Symbolically.
Don't bug me.
Symbolically.
So, Regina, you are escorted over to the same area, the same room. However, he is going to move the shackles over towards you and say, would you mind clasping them onto yourself? for my own safety. There is a strange report of someone who believes you were some gigantic cat in Zen.
Has it been an hour?
Just shy of. It's probably been like 40 minutes total at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
You clasp it on yourself. Hey, they fit.
I've been through this before.
Yep. So, I was told that your name is Regina, correct?
That is correct.
And how do you know Master Osteloth?
Well, I was looking for Lord Cavendash. He was lost at the time, and I came across them in the mountains.
Lord Cavendash. I am unfamiliar with this individual. To which is his home?
He used to be the Duke of Rexentrum. Or a Duke, at least. I don't know how many there were.
I am very unfamiliar with that, and I was stationed in Rexentrum for quite a time.
Oh, well, I met him probably 40-something years ago.
Ugh. The human gags on water, being a spry 30-something. Very well. Apparently, I need to refresh my knowledge on history. So, you met them. Where exactly was this meeting?
They called it the Verst Glade.
I have never heard of that. Do you have a general location?
I think it's on like the other side of the Oosterloch from here.
I will look into this. About how long ago was this?
Oh, what's it been now? About
a
week?
week. Yeah.
Yeah, when he said recent, he meant recent companion.
Yeah. Can you please give me a quick synopsis of the events tonight, as is your understanding?
Oh, sure. Let's see. We got there. They announced a few people. Some noble types. You know, I'm not all about that, but I get it.
Of course.
Once we went inside, we went to the dining hall. We got some stuff to eat and some drink, and then I believe Jasper disappeared with a woman.
Jasper. Is he? Which one is he?
He's the little Earth guy.
The little.
The Genasi, who is nearly 7 feet tall. Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Little Earth guy. Everyone else in party little.
Fair enough.
All right.
Let's see. With that, he did come back eventually. And they started doing the light flickering. Oh, when he did come back, he told us that he had met with one of his associates that knew about these murders that had been going on.
And who is this associate? What is the name?
I don't know her name. I couldn't tell you what her name is. But I had heard about these murders before because I was actually in Rexentrum before. And I did a lot of, well, between you and me, I did a lot of scamming outside of the Symphony Hall.
You were in Rexentrum at the time of those murders?
Yeah. I was actually out there getting a bit of coin whenever it happened. I didn't realize at the time that it was happening, but, you know, later I come to find out that 4 people had died.
Roll a persuasion roll.
What a coinky dink. Look at all these coincidences. Oh boy.
Ooh. Very well. Please continue. And he straightens his back up, you notice, and his hands are no longer folded in front of him, but instead steady on the table in front of him.
But after that, after he told us this information, we found out, let's see, we were talking to some gods, and I can't quite remember. Let's see here. How did it go? When we were talking to the guards at the front door, I noticed that there was something weird going on in the background. So I turned into a kitty cat, and I snuck my way over there to see what was going on. I could hear a couple of the people that worked in the kitchen giving their witness accounts on the first gentleman that got murdered in the bathroom. Oh, what was his name? Master Bate.
Lord Bate.
Lord Bates, right. His father is Master Bates.
That would
Yes,
actually be his mother, who is a master of the estate, but nonetheless.
Too much.
Oh, his mother masturbates. My bad.
No.
Anyhow, after I got that
I
little
am
tidbit
laughing.
of-
He is unfazed. Just to clarify.
Right, of course. After that, I went back in and I spoke with my associates over there about what had happened. And when we got a bit more information, we started to try and investigate on what was going on. Figured out who the other 3 people that were going to be killed were that night. We figured Corvus was one of them. And then the other people that we thought might happen are some of the nobles. This is when we got the guards involved and we actually started talking to Captain Matthias about this. Let's see. The other 2 got killed during the first half. This is when we noticed that the woodwinds, they were doing something strange. That's when number 2 died.
And who was number 2?
Let's see. Chimois was number 3. So it wasn't Geo Jorson. He never died. We thought it might be him because he was one of the other nobles announced at the beginning. It was that one that was with Jordan, the wolf lady.
The Wolfgleam?
That's the one. We saw her going in with Jordan when we got there.
And
Yeah,
how
she
did
was
you
number-
feel about Beth? We have eyewitness report of you walking close to them towards this event.
Oh, I don't really care about her either way. She seemed nice. I was a little jealous because she got to go with that fine piece of man meat.
Oh god.
Jealousy, you say?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
For the record, she is speaking of a dead man.
this
Yeah.
is going downhill
Yeah.
fast.
You didn't see Jordan before he was dead, but he was quite a handsome young man.
New best case scenario, we might be able to submit it that Regina's the murderer and tricked all of us.
This is fucked.
All right,
dude.
Adam,
This
new
is
character.
fucked.
Bye. Just.
Look at all these coincidences.
So you said Veth was second,
Correct.
Cho was third,
Correct.
and who was the 4th one?
The 4th murder was, I think it was more like actually,
You don't know.
I don't think no.
No, you
I
don't know.
I don't know who the 4th one.
Really?
At the time, myself and Jasper were trying to figure out where the murderer was, where he was going to strike again. We were looking down from our balcony and we could see him sitting. We could see, it looked like Jordan at the time, right?
Yep.
We could see Jordan sitting in the center of the woodwind section. And I thought to myself, I was like, oh my God, it could be Jordan. He was the one with Beth. That makes the most sense to me. He was also the one that brought the package to Corvus that said Symphony on it. So whenever the mob started going and people started going crazy, well, I guess I kind of accidentally started the mob a little bit.
And how did you accomplish that?
Well, I turned into a dire lion and I jumped down onto the stage.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
They
Yeah,
look at you, and they're going to roll an insight check. He looks at the shackles
Thank God Regina's
and nods a couple times, going, "Yeah, those look fairly secure," and then back at you.
Yeah, so I got down there and I switched to a line because I'm kind of feeble as an older lady, but with the lion form, I'm quite strong, and I'm also a lot better at tracking people if they try to escape. And you know,
How many gold?
whenever I'm attacking people, I can get blood sometimes, and I can track people with the taste of their blood and the smell of their blood.
Why? Why is it going so fast?
Continue.
In fact, I did bite him whenever I got on the stage, and I got a little bit of the blood in my mouth. But then his scent disappeared for a
Jordan,
moment.
you bit Jordan.
I don't think it was really Jordan. It was some other person. He had the scent of a feline, and I knew it wasn't my scent. I know I smell like cats a lot, but
He
it
nods
was a
in
different
agreement.
feline. And it was a tabaxi, I believe, with a burn over his eye. I think he was using some sort of magic to look like Jordan. But his scent disappeared, and then it reappeared up on the balcony where we were. So I chased after him in my lion form, made it easy to climb up the walls. You'll see all the claw marks on the drapes and everything whenever you do your investigation. And chased him back up there. He went out the door and locked it. Can you believe that? The one thing I can't get through in my cat form is locked doors. I mean, I
don't
may
have
have been able to tear it
thumbs.
down.
I don't have thumbs.
So I went back around and I climbed the wall to the other balcony. And at this point, Jasper had teleported up there with me. But I climbed around to another balcony, went right out the door, and what do you know? There was a little tabaxi man with the burn on his eye. And he goes, "Oh, come on," or something of that sort, like, "Oh, mother effer." One of them, I can't quite remember. I was in the heat of the hunt, as they say. So I chased after him. He jumped off the balcony into the crowd, and I made my way down the stair. And right before I got to the bottom, I thought it would be best that I turn back into a human form, as to not cause any more commotion and scare people too much. I think one guy spotted me, and I told him to shh, because I didn't want to be given away while I was chasing after this man.
Yes, he is currently being checked into a mental hospital.
Oh, well, he's not crazy. He did see me.
Craziness is the surface diagnosis. We're more worried about the PTSD, but okay.
Okay, yeah, of course. I hate it when I get the PTSD. I don't know why you're spelling in front of me, but anyway. I made my way into the crowd, and I started following after this person. I cast a spell that knocked him to the ground. Little cat claw popped up and hit him right on the back. And he fell on the ground, and he got back up and continued running towards the kitchen. So we all went after him except for Fordrum. I don't know where the fuck Fordrum was this whole time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. We got into the kitchen. Somebody turned hot soup into a wall. That was a weird one. And then Corvus and Jasper were the first two
Towards
out and
this
tackled
section of the
individual.
story, he's walking out. Just
Did you not want to hear anymore? Oh, okay.
I will take your report later.
Has it been 20 minutes in here?
Just about.
Is there a window in here?
No.
Damn it.
It is a solid, strong wood door with metal clamps and clasps. He gets let out, but he's leaving you in there. He's that's
Okay, maybe honesty wasn't the best bet for Regina to go with on that one.
We said honesty, right?
when in
We
doubt,
did say
claim
honesty.
insanity.
It's funny because it's all true.
yeah, but there's no
Who
way
would've
he's
thought
believing all
insanity?
that. You know what,
Who
Regina?
would've thought
Roll me
it?
a persuasion roll. He just needs like 5 minutes to breathe from you.
Thank God I was in the same room so I could say the exact same story.
Okay, yeah, he's leaving you in there. So he'll use a different interrogation room.
I just realized you skipped the part where I give my account of tonight's events.
Yep.
He comes back in. Notably, Regina did not come.
Christ.
Jasper,
Oh, that's me.
please.
Yep. You get up and follow him.
Gustav, where'd you leave Regina?
She's still in the interrogation room. I'm waiting for her to stop telling such embellished lies before returning to my interrogation.
I've never known her to, but all right.
She's pretty brutally honest.
And yeah, he'll walk with you, Jasper.
That does
Jasper,
seem out of character for her to lie like that.
unfortunately, it has been just about an hour, so your ability has expired. But he brings you into a different interrogation room, made exactly the same as the previous one.
Yep.
And pours you, very slowly, a glass of water. Pushes it
Alright.
across the table.
He's trying different tactics with everybody, eh? Classic.
Would you mind placing the shackles on yourself? Gestures at the table.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Clank,
Shackle,
clank.
shackle.
So, Jasper, what is your full name?
Oh, well, I don't really have a surname.
Just Jasper.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was born into an orphanage in Portamali, so I wasn't really. They didn't really give me a surname. It was just Jasper.
Tragic backstory. So, how long
Yeah.
have you known Master Osteloth?
About a year.
Really? Where did you first meet him?
Allfield.
Uh-huh. And what were you doing in Allfield when you met him?
We all met up and we decided to all head out to the hills outside of Allfield to help with some mining operation, it seemed like.
What was the issue with the mines?
There were some strange beasts, these strange flying insect-like beasts underground. That we killed as many as we could find. And we found a small, like a dwarven man down there, named Babe, that we helped save and rescue.
Did
was a
this
minor.
Babe have a surname, or was he an orphan as well?
He never really told us if he was an orphan, and I don't think we ever asked for his surname, no. Because he didn't tell us it, and I don't think we asked. But I mean, we were just glad we saved somebody down there, I mean. And he said he needed to get to his dash and asked if we would help, protect him just in case on the way up. So he asked if we would come along with him, so.
And you did this?
I mean, yeah, we didn't have any other reason not to. And
So
we didn't
you
really
were
have any other
with
jobs.
Corvus during that time. What did you
Yes.
all do in the city?
Well, let's see. We stopped at the Invulnerable Vagrant. Picked up some things. We stayed in an inn.
What was the name of the inn?
I think it was. Well, we stayed outside of the city in an inn, and then we went into the city. It was the what was it? The Creaky. Ooh. No. Yes.
Do you need me to tell you?
Yeah.
Creaky Step.
So- the Creaky Step. That's right. The step. The Creaky Step outside the city. And then we just did our shopping in the city. And he was like, "Hey, I have this friend of mine. You could totally talk to him. And since you guys, you do jobs and whatnot in this, like odd jobs, he could have an odd job for you." And we're like, "All right."
What was this
Sure.
friend's name?
I think it started with a G. I don't remember.
Roll a deception check.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Jorgreg.
What the fuck?
Wow.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
It's like my third nat one today, boys.
Well,
Let's get it.
surprisingly, they still have to roll to contest.
Of course, skill check. Yeah.
G, you say.
Yeah. I don't think it was his real name. I don't know. He
And
went by like a nickname.
why would this individual give you a false name? Is that the type of reputation they have?
I mean, I don't know what his reputation was. We weren't even there for that long.
And what was their nickname that you were just referring to?
I think it was Gentleman. I don't know, something stupid like that. Didn't make any sense. I mean, it's kind of a dumb name, really.
Very well. So, during your time in Zadesh, did you participate in any activities aside from shopping?
No, I mean, he gave us a job, but we didn't really want to do it, so we kind of just left, and we decided to head to the menagerie because that's where I'm the most familiar with, because that's where I grew up.
All right. And why did you decide to go there?
Like I said, I suggested we go there because I'm most familiar with it, and it's honestly, I think, it's nicer, chill weather,
So no other reason, just to go.
Yeah, pretty much. We weren't on any jobs or anything, and then when we left, we met up with the Volstrucker, Reginald, as we were, heading out the Empire, and asked if we would work with him. And so we thought it would be a great job opportunity, so we decided, hey, why not?
Does this Reginald have a surname?
I mean, the Volstrucker type's not too keen on just giving away information, so no, he did not relieve his surname to us.
Do you have a way of getting in contact with them quickly? Or the ability to tell me their last known whereabouts so I can contact them in the hopes of confirming the story?
Yes. Well, he had a spell that he used to communicate with us, but he was the only one that actually had it. None of us are actually capable of casting that spell right now. But so he would always tell us, he would contact us if he needed us or for anything. But the last time we were with him was Port Zune.
Port Zune?
And that's where we split up, yes.
And why did you split up from the Volstrucker? What was the name again?
Reginald.
Thank you.
Well, but we're working on the job to help with figure out who killed Crossedo. And just once we've realized who it was connected to, he just told us to, just stay out of their sights because that could be very bad for us. We could be hunted, bad things like that, and he said he'd go to try and figure it out. I'm assuming he went back to Rexentrum.
Bad things could happen. And you assume...
Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to say their name because it could lead to bad things for everybody here. Large organization connected to his death, yada, yada, yada. They probably know who we are, have a target on our back, so, trying to not get involved with that.
Now, as for Regina, where did you meet her? And when?
About a week ago, week and a day, by the Versglade, just past the Ustalak in the mountains.
Past the Ustalak in the mountains.
Yeah, the southern part of the Ashkeeper Peaks, behind the Giham Basin. In that patch of mountains.
You mean on the Johassian side?
No, it's still within the Empire, right next to the Wuyang Gates. On that side, off the path.
I've never heard of a Versglade before.
It's a very awful, strange valley. Very dangerous in there. Not good.
Very well. And
it's hard for us to find it.
As for tonight, tell me from your point of view everything that has transpired tonight.
Okay, so early in the morning, strange parcel that Jordan got that said he was for Corvus, even though it had nothing on it. Besides, inside of it was a piece of paper that said symphony on it, which was immediately alarming due to the strange nature of such a parcel, which then jogged Corvus and Jordan's memory that there was the orchestra in town, and asked if we were going to see it. The butler said that the Astol family already had tickets, so we got fancy suits and decided to go enjoy some music for the night. But of course, getting that strange parcel, we were kind of on edge and wanted to make sure that Corvus was safe. So, we came, suspicious of maybe some sort of bad activity. You never know. Especially with that target on our backs, I was concerned that it could maybe be them. So we were on edge. We arrived about the same time as the 3 of the other people that were unfortunately killed during the night. Veth, Bates, and Chimwa. And Geode was the other one that was announced when we arrived. And we ate, and then I was approached by somebody that used to work with me a long time ago, back on the menagerie. And she was also following the serial killer case of the Quadrillion Killer, and linked it to this orchestra that's been roaming around, and asked if I would help and give any information we had on this person, which we literally just now learned about.
And what was the name of this individual?
Ann Pia.
No surname as well, I assume.
I think Pia is her surname? I know her name is Anne. I think it's just Ann Pia in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who is this individual? What's affiliation?
I don't know if you'd be familiar, but it's the Golden Grin.
You mean that group of...
Bards, entertainers.
No. The outlaws. Vigilantes.
I don't know if I would call it that.
In the Empire, they're kind of not liked.
Yeah.
So, you have affiliations with this Golden Grin through the means of Ann Pia.
Yes. I mean, I haven't gotten any jobs from anybody in a long time.
But she knew who you were.
Yes.
And where is this Ann Pia?
After all of the events that happened, I was not able to catch up with her before we were taken here, which I was going to do, but I don't know where she would be now.
Now, please describe to me what she looks like, or tell me how to change this. He raises his hand, and you see a minor illusion of a very blank, feminine face.
Okay.
Give me a nature check.
Okay.
Or charisma check, either one.
Yeah, charisma. Jesus.
12. He gets a rough estimate of what she looks like. You get the baldness, the slightly pointed ears, the scar on her scalp.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Very.
She wears wigs sometimes, but
very notable looking individual, I must say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you saw her like that, then yeah.
So, please continue.
So yes. Once the first light was called, we headed up to our booth. And we were just surveying out into the crowds, just keeping watch, making sure there's no suspicious activity. And I was able to see the person, the tabaxi individual with the burned face, in the back, trying to keep a distance from people, and just looking very strange. And when I pointed them out to the rest of my party, they disappeared.
Now, can you give me a description again of how they looked? Go ahead and roll me another charisma check. A little better.
Brilliant.
Oddly enough, looks fairly similar to the body on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is why I was very concerned with the person.
Yes.
Made sure we had them. And then I noticed, due to my background with musical instruments, noticed the woodwind area was performing a different melody than the rest of the orchestra. And it seemed to be counting down in its beats.
In any
Um,
particular order?
Yes, it was started going in a 4-beat 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, and then slowly over the course of the first act went from 1 2 3 to 1 2 to 1, and then once that was over, everyone left, including us. And then that's when we saw the two people that were talking to the guard. That witnessed Bates that was murdered in the bathroom and were giving their statement. And when Regina went and got closer, because we weren't close enough to hear, of course, so she turned into a cat, as she does. And made sure we knew everything, and apparently she overheard that Bates and Beth were talking about receiving the same slip of paper earlier that day, which we immediately knew or thought that they would be connected and that Veth would be targeted next. And when we went back for second night to get back into our box, Veth was there, dead. Thus proving that assumption correct. So we were immediately on edge and thought that Chimwa or Geode would be next. Oh, there was also another thing. When I was investigating the room, on the door there was a strange riddle that alluded to a story about a Jorhassian woman that lost her 4 children.
A riddle on the door. What do you mean, a note?
Yeah. It seemed to be left by the killer.
Do you happen to have this note on you?
Knows, like, magical marking on the door.
Ah, understood.
It could be there still, I don't know.
So what did you do next?
We left immediately, where we found Matthias, who was outside the door guarding it for us, knocked out, possibly by the killer as well. And we went over to check on Geode, found that he was fine. Then we checked Chimwa, who was unfortunately dead, just before we entered, because we saw the figure of that tabaxi-looking person on the balcony before Aven vanishing. Probably teleporting, I don't know.
And as a note, they actually didn't look very tabaxi other than the fact that they had a cat-like eye.
Yeah.
Other than that, they weren't, like, furry at all.
And then they disappeared, and then as I looked over the balcony, I noticed that Jordan was sitting between all the woodwind players this time, which was very strange. And then that's when we assumed that maybe Jordan was connected to all this due to his connection with Veth, and him being the first one to deliver the parcel to Corvus. And so me and Regina, who turned into a lion, jumped down in order to try and catch him and talk to him and figure out what was going on. While we were doing that, she apparently got him, at least a little bit, but then disappeared again. And apparently she said that she smelled him go up to the balcony or something. She chased it up to the balcony.
As a lion.
Yeah, she climbed up the curtains. I'm sure you could check the tear marks in the curtains if you go investigate. Definitely looks like claw marks, I'm sure.
Oh.
And then I teleported up there to get there faster, so I didn't have to climb. But then she locked the door on us as this person left or whatever. So I had to go to the other balcony and climb over to the other side with Regina, and gave chase until we finally led through the kitchen, past everybody else, and out into the open, where you found all of us and whatnot, and chasing this person down in order to get them to finally stop, so we can talk to them and, capture them. And then they decided to blow themselves up. Well, not really, but they released a strange wave of just energy that was not good, which in turn killed them themselves as well. So we were unable to speak to them before they died, unfortunately.
And then we apprehended you all.
Yeah.
Very well.
outside. Yeah.
He reaches across the table. Roll me a persuasion roll.
Okie doke. Jesus. 12, 13, 14.
He
I'm real good at it.
unlocks the latch, holding the shackles down, opens it, keeping the shackles on you and moving it out of the way so he can close it again. Zen, we will be escorting you back and speaking with Fordrum next.
Okie doke.
He escorts you back there. However, before he gets back, everybody, Fordrum and Corvos, as the two of you are sitting there, Fordrum trying to help Matthias not go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
The door opens very quickly. Lieutenant, we have where is the lieutenant? The two guards in there. One of the two guards. He is currently interrogating one of the suspects. We did manage to find the dead speaker. Wunderbar. Looks out at all of you. So, we all will wait and stay put until the lieutenant gets back. Very good. Should I prepare him in the mortuary? Yes, you should. They get up and leave. Jasper, as you're being escorted back, right in front of the lieutenant, you see on the other side of this little walkway, not very far away from you, is Amagon, wearing a very wide brim hat, trying to hide themselves, but it's kind of hard to hide somebody that fucking lanky.
My man.
Being escorted by two guards. And when you get back, they will alert the lieutenant as to what happened, and he will instead look at all of you and go, very good. So, we shall speak to this individual you are trying to blame and see what we cannot figure out. All of you, up. We're going now.
Does that make sense? Like, wouldn't you try and figure out what you can figure out, not what you not figure out?
Fordrum, I don't think the semantics right now are really necessary.
Oh,
We are going
I
to
just
speak
didn't
to
know.
the dead individual.
yeah. I thought maybe it was a trust.
I mean, you're definitely using the best person. He, gestures back towards Amagon back there, way back.
So, he escorts you all and will stop off to retrieve you, Regina, though they are keeping you shackled as well. Fordrum and Corvos, you two are not shackled. Neither is Matthias. However, Regina and Jasper, yeah, you are. And they
That's
escort
fair.
you over to a mortuary, where you hear a very creepy and lanky individual turn and look at you all. Well, hello.
Sup, Amagon?
I don't know who that is. His eyes are very wide when he says that.
It's been a while.
My name is Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
He
I
gives
just
you
look at Jasper like, what the fuck?
And this is probably where we're picking up next section, everybody.
What? How did they get him so fast? Why is he here?
Anyways, I will
What?
see you all next time. Hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Goodbye.